Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tessano here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up. Remains of individual who drowned during Saturday's downpour at Iron City, a suburb of Kaswa in the central region, retrieved. Also coming up, Education Ministry orders probe into the deaths of 7 students from Lala Senior High School who drowned after the canoe they were traveling in capsized. North Municipal Assembly pushes for the repurposing of the Pokwase Mayura affordable housing project into a modern business center.
We want to engage the central government to come to our aid, and let's put up a well-structured market that at least we can be able to have about 2,000 to 3,000 cars that can be able to park in there and load. We can be able to have over 5,000 women who can transact their business there.
And quarry operators in the Fijakwabre South District of the Ashanti region raised concerns over increasing encroachment on their concessions.
We are having many, so people are building without any permits, whilst they are still building. So we are pleading that encroachment, the government should do something about it.
Grateful to you for your time. Let's now get into the details of our stories. And remains of an individual who drowned in Saturday evening's flood have been retrieved at Iron City in Kaswa. The victim drowned in an uncovered gutter while returning from work amidst last Saturday's rainstorm. Our Central Regional Correspondent Takwasiado reports.
According to eyewitnesses, the victim, N.K. Godfred, in his early 30s, was returning from work amidst last evening's rainstorm when he fell in an open drain which was heavily flooded. Though some residents attempted to rescue the victim, their efforts proved unsuccessful. His remains were discovered on Sunday afternoon in another part of the Iron City community. Some relatives of the victim spoke to Channel 1 News.
Actually, to do auto got animal. Boys, we crack you mean to me. In Swabia, got an idea, the Sramupa. How are you, city? Kunye.
And Ranado, so what point do my old coffee? I could be bidding it theatre. And they say, or got anymore, and so I can find more about got because got say, yeah, and can you panic for me? Or better, or best sorry.
Assemblyman for the Iron City Dokuchekope electoral area, Kennedy Champong, cites improper drainage system in the area as the cause of the persistent flooding in the community, leading to the death of the victim.
Iron City didn't so to your problem. Titru baby and soon fan on a dinner barber to animal. A horn was here gata. A horn gata no. Ya Dimujuma things say Enya Emaso. Tiabesre say MC any penny for the one as a honor ya gata na if says enka on gata or kanya dia obviously po akwakoto gata ni musa.
NADMO director for the Awutu Senya East Municipality, Nash Nyande, told Channel 1 News that the outfit has identified several buildings that are obstructing free flow of water in the community, further exacerbating flooding in the area.
I'm talking to you now. The MC himself is here and he has seen it by himself. So God willing, by tomorrow going, we will be bringing the engineer and other authorities that matter to see to it. So the right thing will be done. We will do the necessary measures to safeguard our own people here, or our people around here.
Communities such as Ablekuma, Crespo City, Jomens Pamete, Dokuchekope, and Iron City in the Otusenya East municipality submerged as a result of Saturday evening's downpour. MCA for the area, Seth Sabase Wanubanini, has cautioned that the assembly will soon pull down buildings sited in waterways to prevent further flooding.
Where the incident happened, if you go a little bit further, a couple of weeks ago, we went there, we earmarked some buildings for demolition to make way for drains to come up. They were quick to drive political means into it, but we were trying to prevent issues like this from happening. And so we would want to use the opportunity to reiterate that the municipal assembly will be coming in, the engineers will be coming in, the works department will be coming in. Any other building that is in the waterway, we wouldn't hesitate. We would pull it down so that we can preserve life and make sure we don't have issues like this coming up. And that is not political. We have lives to protect. We have the municipality to build. We have a place to make sure it's safe for everyone.
Now, the Ministry of Education has ordered a probe into the tragic death of 7 students from Laura Senior High School who drowned after a canoe carrying 10 members of the school's cadet corps capsized on the Blackwater on Saturday, June 14, 2025. Now, in a statement signed by Deputy Minister for Education, Clement Park, on June 15, the ministry confirmed the incident after consultations with relevant stakeholders. Now, portions of that statement reads, the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has instructed the Director General of the Ghana Education Service to convene an urgent meeting with the regional and district directors of education and the headmaster of the school and to report back urgently. We share in the grief of the affected families and the entire school community. As the ministry awaits a full report from the police service, we wish to assure Ghanaians that we will continue to do our best to ensure the safety and security of our students. Now, away from that, parents on Lala Island, a community in the Sine East district of the Bono East region, are worried about inadequate classrooms, which is affecting teaching and learning on the island. A 3-unit classroom block initiated by the Member of Parliament, Dominic Napari, has remained abandoned for years, overgrown with weeds. Because of inadequate classrooms, teachers have to combine pupils to ensure teaching and learning. Channel 1 News' Michael Sapamfum visited the island and reports.
Lala Island, located in the Sine East district of the Bono East region, is made up of 6 communities: Lala, Tomefa, Ogeche, Wulikope, Zaikope, and Mojedro, and has a population of nearly 2,000. Parents on this island community are increasingly concerned about the inadequate classroom infrastructure, which they say is negatively impacting their children's education. The only primary school in the community at Lala has just 3 classrooms. Due to this limited space, teachers are forced to combine classes, making effective teaching and learning a challenge. Parents say they have no choice but to keep their children in the community school, as it is not safe for the children to cross the Volta Lake daily to attend schools in Kejiji, the district capital, or Kitikrachi, located in the OT region. To address the situation, a 3-unit classroom block was initiated about 8 years ago by the area's Member of Parliament, Dominic Napari. However, the project has since been abandoned and remains incomplete. The structure has been taken over by weeds. In a show of determination, the community has, through self-help, constructed a structure to serve as a junior high school. The assembly member for the Lala Island electoral area, Matthew Ackley, has been vocal about the community's challenges and continues to advocate for more support.
After changing the syllabus, we realized that things that teachers are supposed to teach, let's say class 1, what they are supposed to teach the class 1, they teach those things in class 2. It's a combined class. We have combined the 2 classes. Class 1 and 2 are combined in one class. 3 and 4 are in one class, and 5 and 6 are also in the same class. We think that with this abandoned project, if the government in a way can help or build a new one and have a full class, which everybody will have independent class, that will help the children.
Some inhabitants of Lala Island also have this to say on the inadequate classrooms in the community.
Ensure basi near I will find you with him, yes, ma and Qualan. There's a from my franchise as watching a boko and then Qualan, Momo pressure. I just have also born what did the answer no down on Quana at my.
Me focus in say dina agai ajajamu no sra honorable MP say adwuma na wa ye e dia si ajajamu e wa Lala community no me sra ne say wo me den o me finish adwuma no e maye
school ni de enkoye ye ni teachers for afa dan mu ube call class back mu na e be P1 P2 omunya mu class back mu school ni de ye pesa ban be boy enkoye kra.
The Member of Parliament for Sini East, Dominic Napare, has this to say on the abandoned 3-unit classroom block he started about 8 years ago.
The Get Farm funding ceased coming. We have followed up several times for them to come and continue. Not only this one, a lot of about almost 15 Get Farm projects which have been installed since the past 8 years. And so when this new government came, I rushed to the Get Farm coordinator, compiled all that to him to follow up. Unfortunately for me, this government says that they are going to complete all uncompleted projects before they initiate new ones, which this project is also part of it.
The inhabitants of Lala Island in the Bunu East region are appealing to authorities to ensure the completion of this abandoned classroom block. For Channel 1 News, I am Michael Saponifo.
Now, the minority in Parliament has described the government's decision to indefinitely suspend the controversial Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025 as a shameful retreat. The Ghana Revenue Authority announced the suspension, citing global crude oil prices volatility attributed to rising tensions between Israel and Iran as a key factor. However, the minority contends that this explanation is both hypocritical and dishonest, arguing that the current government had criticized similar justifications made by the previous NPP administration while in opposition. They are now demanding an urgent recall of Parliament to repeal the levy altogether, insisting that the indefinite suspension is wholly inadequate. Now, for more on this, we're joined on the phone lines by Member of Parliament for Efija Quarry North and Deputy Ranking on the Energy Committee, Collins Adumako Mensah. Grateful to you, Honorable. Are we not being unfair to the government? I mean, there's tensions between Israel and Iran. There are fears that that could escalate quickly, and then world crude prices would go up. So the government says, let's put the brakes on this levy and see what happens later.
Well, first of all, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. I am fully in support of the statement that was issued and signed by the minority leader, Mr. Senior Martin. Our position from day one has been very clear. We don't think at this particular moment in time we should have any additional taxes to overburden the citizenry, especially when just last month or so we had electricity prices go up by over 14%, and water also go up by 4%. Now, if you recall, during the debate, we were told that this particular levy would not lead to an increase in the petroleum prices. The reason being given by the government that because of the Iran and Russia war for this postponement is quite interesting, if not laughable, especially when a few months ago they were vehemently opposed to our assertion that the Russian-Ukraine war was having a toll on our economy. I don't think this explanation will suffice. We are saying that at this particular point in time, we do not think that increasing levies on petroleum is the way to go. Government should rather look for other pragmatic steps to take care of the debts that they inherited.
Well, now that you mentioned that government should look at other ways of raising the money, how should government raise the money? Because they were seeking to raise about 5 billion cedis from this levy.
I'm sure when government was campaigning during election time, there was nowhere in their campaign they say that they intend to raise taxes to pay off debt. If that was their mantra, I'm not too sure Ghanaians would have voted for it. Dr. Asante went to Parliament and claimed that he was going to put together measures to curb corruption. He was going to go to GRA and look at the the refund counts to ensure that things of this nature are done. I don't think that the reasons they gave us are what they are telling us now. On our part, we believe that two things. If you go to ECG, the losses at ECG, and we are wholly in support of the minister's decision to bring reforms to ECG. Indeed, when he mentioned that the minority leader had cause to welcome that particular assertion by the minister, and even called on him that next week he should come to Parliament to give details of the reforms. We think that government should, as a matter of principle and as quickly as possible, bring reforms to ECG. Number two, I think they should go back as quickly as possible to renegotiate all the IPPs and that is signed previously, which is causing, giving us putting a lot of burden on the Ghanaian people. I think these are the two things that government should do at this particular point in time.
Now, sitting on the Energy Committee, to what extent do you think that this latest unrest in the Middle East will have an impact on the prices of petroleum products here in Ghana?
Well, we don't live in an island. I mean, these are two powerhouses. Yesterday, just because of this, it had a lot of disruption to travel internationally. These are two oil-producing countries. And it's definitely going to have a toll on oil prices. I'm just hoping that as quickly as possible, peace is brought to reign. Otherwise, we should brace ourselves for very tough times ahead.
All right, thank you very much. The Honourable Collins Adumakumens, a Member of Parliament for Efijia Quarry North and the Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee of Parliament. Away from that story, residents of Tettegu Anya in the Wejagbawe municipality have been plunged into darkness for nearly 2 weeks following a power outage caused by a faulty transformer that remains unrepaired despite repeated complaints to Electricity Company of Ghana. Channel 1 News' Kennedy Chumese visited the area and filed this report.
Residents of Tettegu Anya, a fast-growing community near Weja in the Wejagbawe municipality, are up in arms over what they describe as unbearable power outages that have persisted for nearly 2 weeks due to a faulty transformer. The area has been without stable electricity supply since early June, forcing homes to resort to alternative power sources or endure long hours of darkness. Residents say the blackout is taking a heavy toll on their livelihoods.
Like 2 weeks now, I've been using generator. So the situation over here is not good. We have been sweating almost 2 weeks now. I have to buy petrol for almost like 2,000 Ghana before. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know who is the DC or who is the assemblyman over here. Nothing over here is working, especially when it rains, even this west.
According to residents, the issue stems from a damaged transformer that has yet to be repaired or replaced, despite several complaints lodged with ECG officials. Some say they feel abandoned by authorities and are demanding immediate action.
People that have been using the big refrigerators to sell meat around here, are complaining that their meat are getting spoiled and they are getting a lot of expenses and their money because of their meat selling, so they have problem with their machines. But for me, I don't have any problem with that because I just live then. Wake up then go to work, and so I don't have any more. But because of the mosquitoes, are really disturbing us. So the lighthouse, the mosquitoes are really disturbing us. Those mosquitoes I've never seen them before. I've never seen these mosquitoes. They are dark. Not like those one we learned in school, no floors and so. But this one they are dark. I don't know where they are from. And when they stings you, Charlie, it goes to the body. Yeah.
The situation has sparked concerns over safety and security, especially as street lights and home security systems remain non-functional at night. Some residents also expressed fears that the prolonged outage may lead to further damage of electrical appliances.
Everything that we stocked the fridge currently has gone bad. And that is the most painful aspect of the whole situation that we are going through. My laptop, phones, and other stuff are with a resident who has light to, get it charged for me to do what I do with my gadgets.
Meanwhile, Garamond Engineering, the company contracted to address the issue has indicated its readiness to install a new transformer to resolve the power outage.
It's almost a week now that it was reported to our boss, our contractor boss, and that they had a problem with their transformer. And the transformer they are using is 100 kV, and the load is huge. The load on that transformer is huge, and so we are working hard to make sure we fix the transformer that is bent, then we add them another one. So we are working to see if God willing by the end of today, if the transformer can come. So that I think we've worked here for a new transformer to be fixed that way. Then this one is the one that is bent. So we are working hard to make sure that when the two transformers come, we'll put the one that is bent, a new one will be replaced, and the new place, another transformer will go there to make sure that the load balance so that it should not be, there will not be too much load on this one again for it to bend again.
Where I am is a popular junction at Tettegu. On my right leads to Tettegu Anya, and residents there are grappling with inconsistent power outages. According to them, they've been out of power for close to 2 weeks, and the issue is attributed to a faulty transformer. They're calling on the Electricity Company of Ghana to come to their aid and fix the situation urgently. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Kennedy Chumesi.
You're watching the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Ghana Municipal Assembly pushes for the repurposing of the Pokwase Mayura affordable housing project into a modern business center. Please don't go away. We have details in a moment.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
My name is Lydia Safwa. I'm from Safusco Ghana Limited. I'm the managing director for the company. I'll commend MasterCard Foundation and ABSA Bank for the 10% loan for women-led businesses and agri-businesses, because this facility came in at the right time for Safusco. The facility helped us to get machinery for our detergent powder and other raw materials to help us come out with 3 products. That's the detergent powder, the African black soap, and the bleach. We're able to employ 15 youth in addition to our working force, and this has really helped boost our productivity and revenue as well. Annually, we organize the Global Hand Washing Day in schools within our vicinity. We hope to make sure that Safusco helps to combat diseases from the schools. We are trying to have volunteers within the school. Those volunteers will help make sure that the project is being sustained in the school.
You're welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Let's do some more stories. And lawyers for the NDC parliamentary candidates in Akwatia during the 2024 elections have vowed to pursue a criminal complaint against the NPP Member of Parliament for the constituency Enkumi. Now, this follows the Supreme Court ruling that overturned a High Court conviction against the MP for allegedly defying an injunction placed on his swearing-in. The legal team for the NDC candidates now accuses the MP of committing perjury in documents filed before the Supreme Court. Joining us in studio to discuss this development and other broader political issues is the Eastern Regional Secretary for the NDC, Jamal Konen, who is also serving as the Deputy Director of Operations at Cocoa Marketing Company. Grateful to you, Jamal, for coming.
Thank you.
So the Supreme Court ruled on the contempt case in favor of the NPP. Have you taken a definite position on what to do with the substantive case of the elective petition?
Thank you for having me. I think we need to streamline the issue very well because the NPP filed, I think...
2 cases, right?
No, about 5 reliefs in court, at the Supreme Court. And the first one was that the court should set aside the petition in the sense that the petitioners filed their petition without a gazette. And that was dismissed by 5-0 decision of the court. And what they won, or what was upheld, was the fact that the judge who is sitting on the case should recuse himself, and that, but the contempt case still holds.
No, that's not the impression we get.
Yeah, that is the impression they are creating outside, but the contempt case still holds. But the court says that the judge who sat on that case should recuse himself for another judge to come in and handle that aspect. The substantive case is still going on. We are yet to go into that case, but they are there jubilating that they have.
Now you're accusing Enkumi of perjury.
Yeah, because you know, if you should go back and the background of the case, you realize that what happened per CI 127 wasn't the right way. Declaring constituency elections at the headquarters of the NPP, headquarters of the AC, was illegal in my opinion, because per the CI 127 election, the constituency election I declared at the constituency by what do you call it? Not even the constituency, the district officer, but it will come.
The returning officer.
The returning officer for the constituency. The results were moved to the region because they cited security reasons. We were not able to declare it. We moved the results to Pesano. On that very day, I was there, declaring the results, collating results, declaring results without NDC reps. So when I got there, I asked them. They were lawyers of NPP guys. They are former MPs, they are former executives, current executives. Their general secretary was there. I asked them, he's a general secretary, you are a lawyer, and you understand that per the law, this is not supposed to be done. And they said that we should go to court. You know, that was their mantra, go to court. But today, the same people, when you are going to court, they are running away.
And Enkumi's lawyer was here last week, and he kept calling on your side and the people of Akwatia to come together and sort of move on, from this matter. Why don't you just let it slide? I'm surprised they are saying this. When it comes to election petition, who are the financiers? It's not the NPP. They started it. And in any case, I don't know the same people who kept telling us that we should go to court when we have issues with. So if we are going to court, they should rather, applaud us for at least going by their own statement. And why we should come together and do what? We go for elections. We either lose or win. 10 polling stations had issues. All those 10 police stations were at Wenchi, overvoting. Per the law,
overvoting should be cancelled. And when you look at the margin between Ernest-Kumi and our candidate, Henry Boachi Yadom, very small, 15, 16. And those, when you add those 10 police stations, it's about 6,000, 7,000 votes. So if you are asking us to come together to sit, we are asking for a simple, thing to be done. Those results should be annulled.
Okay.
When we annul that results and we cancel it, and we go to the 10 police stations and you win, we give you the seat for you to enjoy. But we can't accept. People are saying that, oh, NDC, you have a lot of seats. Why?
Yeah.
Individuals contested. NDC is there, but we had individual candidates who contested, and their reputation is online.
Okay.
So they need to redeem that.
Beyond Akwatia, there was also interest in Nsawam Adwajiri, the minority chief whip's seat. Have you abandoned interest in that seat?
No. We are still on that case, and it's still in court. Not that one alone. Suhum as well, and Fantia Kwanoff, I believe. All those seats were declared even outside the constituency, which we believe that those things were done in the support of the Electoral Commission, and I believe we will continue to at least go by the legal way to ensure that we redeem those seats and add it to our tally.
All right. Let's move on away from the parliamentary elections and talk about governance.
Sure.
6 months into the administration of the NDC, we've seen some gains in the city. Some people have credited your government, but the opposition says, no, you can't take credit because they have not seen any real policies to have had that impact. What do you make of that?
So they are blaming us for doing so, right? Mm-hmm. The same people are blaming us for doing so. The same people are saying that we cannot enjoy the gains of the city falling. You see, I don't expect the opposition to be happy when we are performing. I will be very surprised. That will be the last thing they will do to support the government to achieve gains. They want us to fail so that they win the next elections. So we don't expect their praises. We are focused. President Mama is focused. Ministers, deputy ministers, chief executives, we are focused. And we are going to. Ghanaians realize that they made a mistake in 2016. And they have brought us back. They didn't bring us back to come and listen to the opposition. Even today, the Ghanaians are not listening to the opposition. They know they have failed. For 8 years, we gave you the power. You touted yourself as the best economist, and you had the men, and you brought the city to 17 cities per dollar.
Before
today,
you go,
today it's around 10 Ghana cities.
Before you go, Jamal, your government just put the brakes on the 1 city levy on fuel, citing recent global events in the Middle East. The NPP in their own administration also cited Russia-Ukraine war, COVID-19, global event for the performance of the economy. Is it not hypocritical that you are now saying that world events can have an effect on the economy, hence the decision to put the brakes on this one?
You see, you have to measure every event per the statement. Russia-Ukraine war. If MPP had put premium on gas as Russia-Ukraine war causing maybe an increase in gas, that would have made sense.
Okay.
Today, we know Iran is one of the highest producers of oil. So if Iran is having an issue, it would definitely affect the global market as far as OPEC is concerned. So it makes sense. But it took MPP to continue blaming Russian-Ukraine war, COVID, after 4 or 5 years when COVID was still not, in existence. When we were not, importing, oil from Ukraine. This was specific. We are not saying that a certain aspect of the economy or all aspect of the economy is going down because of what? Iran-Israel conflict or war. No, we are talking about specific oil, and it makes sense. Iran produces they are one of the highest producers of oil. So if today we are saying that within this short time, we need to mitigate to ensure that this war do not affect our oil consumption, it makes sense. Okay. We are not being hypocritical. We are being specific.
All right. Finally, you're deputy director at Cocoa Marketing Company.
Yeah.
Cocoa price is a huge topic in this country, especially for farmers.
Yeah.
When are we getting the 6,000 cedis per bag?
You know, for the past weeks, you've heard my chief executive, coming now with a number of corrupt and debts that we have inherited at Cocoa Board. It is not as easy as you see it, but I believe the president. We need to look at a lot of factors because we've inherited a lot of debts at Cocoa Board. We need to juxtapose the debts as against the next production. We are fighting against smuggling. We are also fighting against illegal mining, which is equally affecting the cocoa production. There are a lot of factors. And you know, when it comes to cocoa production, Cocoa Board takes from seedling to every aspect. The farmer does not contribute in terms of financial aspect. Cocoa Board controls seedlings, fertilizer, chemicals, haulage, everything. So we need to look at it holistically.
So the farmers will get a fair price?
Sure, definitely, okay. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Jamal Konin, the Eastern Regional Secretary of the NDC and also Deputy Director at Cocoa Marketing Company. Now, in some other news, the Ghana Municipal Assembly is urging the government to repurpose the Pokwase Maira affordable housing project into a modern business center to facilitate trade in the area. The project, initiated under the previous NPP government, aimed to provide low-cost housing under the National Affordable Housing Project. However, the project's current state appears incomplete, falling short of its original target of 8,000 housing units. Channel 1 News' Sarah Pia has more.
The project makes provision for safe and eco-friendly spaces for children to play and grow. Recreational facilities such as football fields, tennis courts, swimming pools, as well as commercial spaces.
On 1st August 2023, former President Akufo-Addo, along with former Works and Housing Minister Francis Asenso-Boakye, broke ground for the construction of apartments on a 203-acre land to meet the housing needs of low-income earners in the Pokwase Maira township. Despite being scheduled for completion in 2024, the project missed its deadline. Channel 1 News during a site visit noted that much of the land is still vacant. Some buildings which have been erected had reached the second or third floor but remained unfinished, with plastering yet to be completed. The building near completion had only its main floor painted and fitted with window panes and doors, a view which suggests that 8,000 housing units is far from being achieved. This is the land designated for the Pokwase Maira Affordable Housing Project. Behind me, construction is also ongoing. However, a greater portion of the land is yet to be developed. Municipal Chief Executive for Ganot Municipality, Akwete Agbo, disclosed that while the Assembly is yet to ascertain full details on works at the site, some operations on the land lack the necessary permits.
I've also had a report that some of the companies don't have a permit and they are still going ahead putting up structures over there. Based on the information that I had, it's like a group of people have actually partitioned the land among themselves. I don't even know whether the whole project is actually a state-sponsored project or certain individuals who are hiding behind the state.
Despite some erected walls and laid drains, puddles of water have formed on parts of the land with overgrown trees and cattle grazing on the field. Channel 1 News observed encroachment activities on the site. Tents for religious meetings had been pitched, a soybean mill and bulky packaged plastic waste, suggesting an ongoing plastic waste collection business.
These days, you who say, Abansi,
yɛhu sɛ ɔmo egu so ɔmo yɛ adwuma nyina yɛto aba but aban bi aba yɛn te sɛ mechanics ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ ɔmo bɛboa yɛn ka ha koraa sɛ yi ɔmo bɛtumi aba bebie mu wɔn atwitwa plot no na all mechanics no wɔayɛ ha te sɛ Kumasi magazine.
However, some residents believe locals can't afford the housing units and urged the government to repurpose the land into building of factories to create employment avenues for the youth.
Best 1 month, created actually one minimum exercise so Bahabu and Bayer. So advanced, industrial way a month go for Benya home facility and them say a bebois. Say establish factories. Ebema multi area any surrounding villages in towns youth know benya edma biaye say housing affordable and you be an benya scanner or top.
Now got I my years you in fast was she needs one she needs so every son come with sit down and some of my got one. Sesi ano omaya to ono se mama ba na wa mbe ya eda ho gwata na yede ebi ombetu bol agum keke mama nka ombeto aso no onsi dan maye na hand vropina ejuma mra wan na boys na any guest na omo wa hanu no omo so ayeden omo so anya ejuma aye
youth na omo wa hanu omo ye technical university na kolani di fiande a housing project because youth na work room fie na ebe se ye nya bi nto
Meanwhile, Akwete Agbo, the municipal chief executive for the Ganot municipality, lamented the absence of a good market in and around the Pokwasi enclave. He disclosed that the assembly had made a request to government through the Ministry of Works and Housing to consider a business center. According to him, this will ease the pressure on market centers in Accra and cut down the traffic congestion during peak hours on the Accra-Amasaman stretch.
That land can be used for other useful purposes. The highway is turned into lorry parks and stations and markets. That's not the way to go. We cannot develop our community that way. We want to engage the central government to come to our aid and let's put up a well-structured market that at least we can be able to have about 2,000 to 3,000 cars that can be able to park in there and load. Secondly, also have a well-structured market that we can be able to have over 5,000 women who can transact their business there. We want to take the pressure from Accra because everybody wakes up, want to move to Accra. Look, in the morning, wake up and stand on any high building. You could see that all the cars are moving towards Accra. Then in the evening, all the cars are also moving towards Pokwasi, Amasama enclave. So why can't we create a business hub within that enclave?
Now, for residents here at Pokwasi, they prefer for the Pokwasi Mayura Housing Affordable Project to be repurposed into building industries to help provide the many unemployed youth here in the area with sustainable jobs. For Channel 1 News, I am Sarah Apia.
Let's now head to the Ashanti region where quarry operators in the Quarry South district are raising deep concerns over the increasing encroachment on their concessions. They say the situation is not only hampering their operations but also fueling tensions with residents who blame them for property damage and injuries caused by blasting activities. Ashanti regional correspondent Bright Eboa has more in this report.
During a working visit by the district chief executive, Patricia Pale Ankra, to some 7 quarry sites in More, Bohun, Intribohun, and Krobo communities, all in the Quarry South district, operators did not hold back on their frustrations. They revealed that encroachers have settled dangerously close to the quarry zones, some even without necessary permits. These residents often turn around to accuse quarry operators of causing harm and damage to flying rocks during blasting operations.
The challenges that we are facing is most of the communities' encroachment. If you see here, check, you can see by yourself what we are seeing. We are having many, so people are building without any permit, whilst they are still building. So we are pleading that encroachment, the government should do something about it. We have reported it to the Assembly some to the police, and then some of them are in court.
District Chief Executive Patricia Pearl-Ankra admitted that portions of the concessions have been indeed encroached upon. She accused some residents of building on quarry lands without appropriate documentation.
The people who are encroaching the site, we saw some that is so devastating. Just look at somebody is building on the rock, and if there is a blast and you have that effect, how do you want the one who is also operating to do? You don't have a permit, you don't have an allocation paper, you don't have a building permit.
She emphasized that sustained dialogue is the way forward. She noted that some quarry companies have expressed readiness to support the relocation of affected residents if necessary in order to carry out their operations safely.
It's all about engagement. It's all about engagement. Some of the quarry sites, they are ready, the operators are ready to even help them relocate. Yes, we spoke to about 6 of them, and they are ready to even help them relocate. And I think if there's some engagement with the people, the relocation will help all of us.
She also urged all parties to work together to strike a balance between development and safety, ensuring that economic activities do not endanger lives.
Yes, the business people are there to work, and the community is also there. One thing we are pleading with the business people is they should be considerate with the people. We found out that there are some levels of the blasting that if they embark on, it has effect on the people. So we are pleading that the companies to consider the people.
The District Chief Executive, Pearl-Ankra, has pledged her dedication of ensuring safety of the community while also supporting the operations of these quarry sites in compliance of all safety protocols. For Channel 1 News, I am Bright Teboa.
Well, this is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV, still to come. Drainage system built through the middle of the road at Ablekuma Fan Milk blocks residents from easily accessing their own homes. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us.
Absolutely emphatic. He has done it.
Get ready for more on Supersport, the only place to watch all the FIFA Club World Cup.
She's coming. She's coming.
Oh, it's in. Red out receipt now!
Boss, let's go back.
Okay, here. Take this.
She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming. Oh. She's here.
Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial *770# for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Thank you for staying with us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Now, Zoomlion Ghana Limited has welcomed government plans to introduce competitive procurement processes for future sanitation contracts, saying it is fully prepared to participate and deliver improved services under the new arrangement. The company's response follows a June 11 letter from the Office of the President concerning an expired Youth Employment Agency street sweeping contract. Zoomlion clarified that a contract naturally ended in September 2024 after a 6-month extension and was not cancelled or terminated. Zoomlion also expressed support for accountability measures such as audits of payments and verification of claims, and commended government efforts to enhance the remuneration of sanitation workers. With a strong track record in Ghana and partnerships across 24 African countries, Zoomlion reaffirmed its commitment to supporting national sanitation goals and the broader research agenda of the Mahama administration. Meanwhile, at Ablekuma Fan Milk, 10 plots, a suburb of the Ghana Central Municipal Assembly, a drainage system built through the middle of the road has blocked residents from easily accessing their own homes. For nearly a decade, the issue has gone unresolved despite persistent complaints from affected households. There is more in this report.
What was meant to improve the area's infrastructure has instead become a major inconvenience. A deep open gutter now cuts across the road, dividing homes from the main access routes. Vehicles, including cars and motorbikes, are unable to access the area, forcing residents to walk long distances or navigate dangerous crossings just to reach their homes. The impact on livelihoods is also evident. A local welder operating near the affected road says business has declined significantly, with clients unable to drive to his shop.
During rainy season like this, most of the times, it's flood over here, and due to that, we lost customers. Car here going up and down is very, very difficult for us to receive more customers over here,
Beyond economic loss, safety concerns are mounting. During the rainy season, the gutter fills quickly with water, creating a hazard for both children and adults. Residents say the area becomes slippery and unsafe, with the risk of falls and accidents increasing.
Because schools to ha. And Palano upon school in Suota. Just say, me will fear me come in a gumea. Because in Suota got and the ayen. Obi batoma, o yeni pebim. Timmy was in Suenamuna Panama Bijana.
We have already consulted the assembly man and then the authority. But what they are saying is that they will come and then do something about it. When it rain from the top, looking at the erosion here, if you are not careful and stepping, you'll be taken away.
In response to the concerns, the assemblyman for the Ablekuma electoral area has acknowledged the severity of the situation. He emphasized the urgent need for proper drainage infrastructure in the community and noted that he has been in discussions with the municipal engineer. According to him, residents have been asked to exercise patience as steps are being taken to address the issue.
It's been a very big challenge for us. In fact, last year I spoke to the road engineer, Mr. Amma, and he told us that it's been earmarked and was supposed to have been given to a contractor for them to construct a drain for us. I'm pushing. Even this year, around March, I asked him, and he told me that because of the change of government, so I have to exercise a little patience. So the residents are in serious need of that drains.
I'm here at Ablekuma Farm Milk 10 plots, where a deep gutter runs through the road, blocking residents from accessing their homes. They say the situation has been like this for nearly a decade, with no lasting solution. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Patricia Boateng.
Now, the minority in Parliament is threatening legal action against government if the renewed mining lease for Goldfields Ghana Limited's Daman mine is not presented to Parliament for ratification. Now, this development comes after the government finalized transitional arrangements for the Daman mine in April, aiming to ensure operational stability and job security while paving the way for eventual Ghanaian ownership. There is more in this report.
In April this year, Government and Goldfields Ghana Limited finalized the agreement on transitional arrangements for the Daman mine to ensure its operations and job security. Under the new arrangement, Goldfields Limited will be granted a 12-month mining lease for Daman, subject to parliamentary ratification. However, the agreement is yet to be presented to Parliament. The Minority Chief Whip, Frank Anodompre, argues that the government's refusal to renew the mining lease without parliamentary approval undermines transparency and accountability.
You grant the lease, you extend it, you permit the company or corporate entity to mine, then late hour you bring the agreement to Parliament because you have 2/3 in Parliament and therefore you think that it's going to be rubber stamp. I think it is wrong. We must bring it to the attention of the Ghanaian people. Now, we in the minority are expecting this agreement to come so that we will scrutinize our agreement. We cannot be just giving mining lease agreement to companies who will not mine responsibly, who will mine and also leave very far-reaching and devastating environmental effect on our environment. It is getting out of hand.
The Minority Chief Whip says the caucus will take legal action if government fails to present the agreement to Parliament.
If they don't do it, there is a Supreme Court ruling. You remember the Ezom Quebec ruling from the Supreme Court. If they don't do it, then we'll test the law at the law court. But I will continue to speak about it. Business committee, I raised it. Presentation of business statement, I raised it twice. Now I'm speaking to the media. If it is the case that the majority leader has not communicated to His Excellency the President, this President will hear from us through the media. And we are hoping he will act.
And that will be all for this edition of the Channel One Newsroom. Please visit our website, channel1news.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. I'm Charles Osukumi. Thank you for watching.